Growing up in the Philippines, I would play with Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels with my brother Hector. We'd always look at the bottom of the cars to see where they were made. Back in the 1970s, these little toys on wheels were just that, toys. But what can this little toy car tell us about global economics today? Let's find out. Every society in human history has followed a similar development path. A country starts out as an agricultural society made up mainly of farmers growing crops to sustain themselves. Then, countries industrialize. People get jobs in urban factories where they produce more valuable goods like clothes, metal tools, or other supplies. In industrial societies, there's also room for more technological transformation and more room for what we economists call economies of scale. Factories become more organized and efficient and can produce more goods at lower costs. This is what the United States experienced during the Industrial Revolution starting in the late 18th century. Eventually, as industrial nations build up wealth, companies innovate and create even more complex and valuable goods, like semiconductors or computers. And as factories become more efficient and require fewer workers, a post-industrial society starts to emerge. People have more time to pursue an education and develop careers in industries that provide services. Think lawyers, doctors, accountants, and the like. Meanwhile, as wages rise, companies that make simple goods start to build factories in other countries with inexpensive labor. And the cycle continues according to economic theory. The typical toy car is easy to make. They're made out of simple metals, don't require electronics, and can be mass-produced using molds. This also makes them inexpensive to produce, which means lower prices for consumers. When toy cars were first mass-produced in the mid-20th century after World War II, Japan and the United Kingdom dominated the market. Both countries had been devastated by the war, but still had the industrial capacity to produce the simple consumer good. In Japan, manufacturers created a booming toy car industry by recycling tin food cans from American soldiers who occupied post-war Japan. And as the economies of Japan and the UK developed, they started to develop more advanced goods. For example, Japan has gone from making toy cars to Hondas. As an advanced economy, there's no reason for Japan to invest in another worker to build a $5 toy car when the same person can build a $50,000 SUV. But where did all the toy car factories go? The answer is South Korea, which would go on to now become a major manufacturer for advanced electronics and other high-end goods. If you look at toy cars today, you'll see many are now from Southeast Asian countries such as Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. In recent years, Mattel, the Hot Wheels manufacturer, has also invested 1 billion pesos in Mexico to bring supply chains closer to the US. This all sounds like a simple cycle in which every country will develop a service-oriented economy. But economic development doesn't always follow a straight line. Countries can get stuck in what is called the middle income trap. This happens when a country keeps producing the same low-value goods and doesn't develop the infrastructure to produce more complex products. So what can toy cars tell us about the global economy? As you can see, the answer is a little complicated. But the next time you're at a big box store, pick up a toy car and check where it's made. It might just give you a glimpse of where a country is in the complex road to economic development.